Now is a good time to talk about order matters. So notice that we have the script tag where we've added that external JavaScript file clear at the bottom of the body, and everything's working fine. If I take it out of there and I put it up in the head section, and let me save that, and now I refresh, I can type in Bill and nothing happens. So what do we do now when what we expect doesn't happen? Everything seemed to be working before. Well, it turns out there's some aids in the browsers, and most browsers, a really common way to get this assistance is with F12. So I'm going to hit the F12 key and it's going to open this. Another way is to right click and do inspect. So there's a couple of varieties to do this, but when I open up that, I get several different tabs up here of things that I can see, and one of them is the console, and this is a JavaScript console. It actually allows us to type JavaScript right in here, so I can type alert, hi there, and execute it by typing enter. So it's a way where I can practice my JavaScript and test something out if I want to test it. And it's functioning with this web page, so I can actually get the value here and make a change. So I could say document dot get element by ID. Notice it recognizes it. And then I can say, we know we have one called hello. And what can I do to it? I can change the inner HTML. Well, let me first, before I do that, just let me get it. And notice when I go to get it, it said this is what you've got. You've got the whole element, the heading to, the closing tag, and the content. And that's what I get when I do document get element by ID. I have the whole element. And then I can do, notice I just used my up arrow to use the last command. And now I can say inner HTML equals all right, and I push enter and it actually changes on the web page. So this is a really good way to test a page and to test out some of the JavaScript you want to try. But it's also a good way to find errors. And so if I refresh this and I try to run it again, and I push enter, I get this error up here. It says uncaught type error, cannot set property inner HTML of null. And so it's in Java, it tells me where it is, the Java in functions.javascript on line 6. Love this part that it tells me where it is. It's in this file and it's on line 6. And it says I can't do inner HTML with null. So what it's saying is when I went to go get this element, I didn't find it, and so all I have is null here, right? And null doesn't help me at all. And so I can't use inner.html. And this is because it happens in order. So it starts loading this page, it puts the title in the top of the tab at the top. It does all these meta commands. It links that style sheet so we see the style, and then it goes to the script tag and the script tag starts running. It defines the variable, it does the prompt, and it tries to go get that element. Notice that all that has loaded is right here. So even though that element is down here and will load later, it hasn't loaded yet. And so when the JavaScript goes to get it, it's not yet loaded and it can't find it. So the problem here is order. It's trying to run this JavaScript, it's trying to access it before it's actually been loaded on the page. So in this case, it's really critical that we wait till the entire body has loaded before we attempt that JavaScript. So I simply move it down there. I come back and refresh my page. Lets me start over with errors. I add Bill and push enter, and now it works and there's no error message in the console. Two things. Order is important when you're doing JavaScript. Number two, the console in the browser is very helpful for finding errors and testing out JavaScript.